Hello, Tom. Welcome to Conversations with Deepak. Thank you for joining me today. What are the latest innovations that Aluplast has introduced in India?
We have launched two new surfaces. One is called Woodegg. The feel and touch and feel of Woodegg is way better than any traditional foils you would see in the market here in India or worldwide. There is a big market in India for UPVC, but some of our customers or end customers, they still like the look of an aluminium windows. That's why by next month, we're happy to launch our new series called Aludeck, which has a touch and feel of an aluminium window, but all the benefits of a UPVC window. It comes in several shades. We will have two standard foils or standard shades here in India available. And of course, if they need the other ones, there will be a little bit more of a lead time. The shades which we provided before were very light, and on the Indian market demands a little bit darker shades because they reflect what we can see here in the nature and also in the traditional building materials.
How are you making it interesting for your fabricators in terms of technology or processes, innovations, new launches, so that they find this business very exciting working with Aluplast?
So for a new fabricator, what is important for a new fabricator? A new fabricator or a fabricator who switches to Aluplast, who wants to upgrade themselves, they always look for a number of things. First, of course, they look for a very competitive price. We are a premium product, but still able to give a very good price to the end customer. Second of all, technical training. We are always very happy to have our technical team in North and South India and our factory, which is traveling all over India if there's any demands, if there are any training purposes, if there's onboarding. So pricing, training, new innovations. I believe I told you before that since we always like to listen to our end customers and to the architects, what is the demand on the market? That we make it interesting for them not only to come with a standard white color, but also to come up with a new lamination. So we have standard laminations which mimic and look like a wooden surface. And I'm inviting all of our listeners and viewers to visit our showroom here in Delhi in Saket, to come and see and experience, touch and feel. I believe that's the most important thing in our industry, because I can tell you a lot.
So what is your proposition for new fabricators?
From the very first day when we onboard a new fabricator, we help them with the training for their own team, for their sales team. We make sure that not only the fabricator and also their team and the end client is always up to date on the newest and best and latest innovations in the market, because the market changes very quickly. We offer them a vast network, not only in India, also to communicate with all our international partners. We are a German company, so we stand for the best quality in the market. We are the leaders in our industry, not only in India, all over the world. When it comes to after-sales service, because in the end, it's also very important that the fabricator or our new partner is in good hands and should be very, very much aware of that. Once they installed our systems, they should also get the best support after that. So we have a team all over India. We have a toll-free number, which can be called 24/7. We have an online team, which ensures that if there's any demand for any after-sales service, we're ready to serve with our internal team.
In which regions are you planning to expand your network?
So our strongest regions within India, on the Indian continent, is of course North India and South India. We've seen an immense growth also in Western India. And lately, Northeastern India with all the sister states, including West Bengal. Since we are already a huge presence in all the bigger tier 1 cities, we like to extend this presence even more, like I said before, in the tier 2 and tier 3 cities, because as you already know, here in Delhi, we have a huge population and people like to move out. Noida, Gurgaon, when it comes to Mumbai, all these surrounding cities. And all these cities are mostly not serviced by the tier 1 fabricator. They also get serviced and receive their windows by tier 2 and tier 3 cities. Example like Vijawada in South India. And another city would be Guwahati in Northeast India, Assam. So these kind of cities, they've become an immense and a very important anchor or hub to serve these maybe rural areas or tier 3 or more on the
If we
country
were to
side.
talk about the window fabrication business, what kind of a guidance do you provide investors in terms of setting up of their manufacturing facility or their marketing strategy?
So normally, if I walk you through progress, how we onboard, how we support and help a new fabricator, there's normally a lead time and a discussion time of 3 months, 4 months to see if we are the right fit for the end fabricator and if they are the right fit for us. This ensures that once we brought them on and once they're part of our Aluplast family, they get the best out of us, and this will be a long-term relationship. We always see and like to calculate: are you more interested into serving your retail customers, or you're more into projects? According to that, we make a plan and give them guidance. Hey, what kind of a premises, what should be there. If they already had purchased or rented a premises, we help them to rearrange or to update their premises. When it comes to the machine factory, to the machine setup, we have a vast network with all global machine manufacturers, so we can guide them. For a smaller fabricator, maybe the investment of a German or Austrian machine might be too high. So then we will give them a suggestion to go maybe for a different one, or if they're ready for the game, we also like to update them for these machines. When it comes to the hardware, it goes along with the machines. Aluplast has a vast network and is very well connected because we learn from the hardware suppliers and they learn from us. So it's a dialogue. We always like to be up to date with them.
For fabricators who want to focus on their retail business, in your opinion, what should be their radius of operation?
From a practical standpoint, not long, not bigger than 100 kilometers, because that will work out in two nice things. First of all, their service would be very quick. They would be very close to all architects, and they can provide an immense after-sales service. Of course, the bigger a fabricator gets, and if their focus is solely retail, their network also grows. So once we see a fabricator growing in the market, updating themselves with our system, this radius is of course growing, because what also happens in our industry, most of our fabricators have their own sales team, but some of them also have their own dealers. So assuming that a fabricator who's based in a tier 1 city has dealerships and partners themselves in smaller cities, therefore their radius is growing. But when it comes down to a new fabricator, we would like to keep it, at least for the one or the first or the second year, more in a simple way in order for them to provide the best service.
What are the origins of Aluplast? And in India, what have been your key milestones?
Aluplast is a German company. As myself, I'm also from Germany, but I live in India since 5 years. So Aluplast is from a small city called Ettlingen. It's a city close to Karlsruhe, 1 hour away from Frankfurt, which makes it very, very strategically interesting for the entire export market. It was started in 1982 by Mr. Manfred Seitz, and the Seitz family is still 100% owner of Aluplast Global, so it's a family company. We have grown, and the entire global network has grown not only in Europe, in Asia, and South America. We have over 20 subsidiaries all over the world. In 2016, we decided very strategically to build our factory in Vadodara, Gujarat, which is not only very well connected to Delhi, also to the southern states, central India, which is also the first factory in Asia. So we also service the entire Asia, Australia, New Zealand, all these Asian Pacific countries. So Gujarat is not only important for India, it's also very important for our global vision and for our global network.